year zero, and who is going to be the recap person for tonight? It's always a struggle, isn't it? I
I
think
think it should be Tiana since she had such a key role last time.
Yeah, I can do it. You guys might have to help me out on some bits,
yeah, you can help each other out. No worries.
but I think we picked up back in the banquet hall with the rest of the guests, and we got information on a possible job, which was a hunt of a manticore. Um, we did go and do that, but in the meantime, we took a long rest, and during that rest, Drya, aka Tyona, um, decided to rob the party, and um, on her way out, was met with by Lord Sivith.
Serious.
Um, okay, sorry.
No worries.
And he pretty much threatened her, saying that he thinks that the party's up to no good, and it ticked her off enough that she went back and reverse pickpocketed everybody, um, and then fumed, and then told the party her real name, what she had planned to do, or tried to tell the party her real name and what she planned to do. But Tesh, having been aware of her um, pickpocketing and reverse pickpocketing, um, made it out to be that like Tayona had stopped the robber and got everything back, and um, he's not gonna let her actually expose the truth. Um, but she did at least tell them her real name, and then we went and fought a manticore, um, took it down, and brought it back to the palace to as a delicacy. Um, and we left off. I think we left off there where we brought back the manticore, but I can't recall exactly if there was anything else that happened.
Mm-hmm. Uh,
So we actually left off still in the wilds because by the time we brought it down, it was late in the evening,
Right.
and Vulcan thought it was be more dangerous to return than to just camp it out.
Okay.
So a couple of things because we actually started last session still in the party, and the princess arrived, and she had red hair and a mask that covered most of her face, and um, she was really she was really quiet, and kind of everything was brought to a halt. Cash was kind of slouching down to make sure that she wasn't recognized or seen by the princess, and we found out about the Red Queen, who was an infamously tyrannical ruler. Um, but her final fate was unknown. And there's kind of a question lingering as to whether the princess might be related to this Red Queen or not.
ooh, nice. You remember even the lore drop that usually only the DM care about. Great, yeah, that's very detailed, very correct. So yeah, the party met Balkan, the uh, noble dwarf who belongs to one of the great clans from the Iron Shell Islands. He was one of the most welcoming, one of the most uh, diplomatic of the all the royalties that you met at the welcome feast. So if it was with him who you spend the most time talking to. He said about how he doesn't enjoy much uh, of the food from the human lands. He much rather have something that they eat back there on the Iron Shell Islands. That's why he asked for your help for to hunt down such a rare creature as a manticore, who he became aware that lived on the woods near the city. When you went there to do that, uh, you actually managed to follow the trails and hunt down such a creature, and you even managed to put it down for good with your prowess, your skill. The hour was running late. It was too too far away, too dangerous, and overall just not a good idea for you to return at such a late hour to the city. So you decided to actually I don't know if you decided, but at least Balkan would have advised that you waited, that you camped out in the forest for the night, and make your return once it's the dawn of a new day. So with that, how do you want to proceed? Back to you guys.
I think we should follow his advice and find a place near here to camp for the night. So we have enough time to gather enough resources to be able to have a comfortable stay.
That's fine by me.
Excellent. Let me put your character tokens in here. There isn't that many things that um, Balkan brought with him to this travel, as it shows here in the map that I will that it will appear on you guys' screen right now. But let's pretend that you have all those barrels, all those crates with you, and up in here in the cart you see the body of the manticore. Uh, every now and then he will go there to the manticore, and he will start working on the preparations for it to become a kingly dish. He started by skinning, cutting all the limbs and the wings from the creature, and he uh, salts the meat. Every time you see that there's spare time after lighting up the fire pit, preparing the camp. Every spare time that he has, he goes back to the creature and he makes sure everything is right. Evening falls. You aren't disturbed by anything, any animal or anything really. At least for now. It seems that you are in a safe place to take a rest. Is there anything else you want to do? You want to say before the rest?
Mr. Vulcan, is there a particular part of the manticore that is particularly tasty?
Oh yes, of course. The meat. Ah. Well,
But is it just the meat, or is it do you eat the heart and the liver, or do you not good to eat?
yes. I enjoy very much Manticore's heart, but uh, I believe it has a more of a strong taste. It takes some time for one to develop the taste for it. I firmly believe that our prince will enjoy more soft parts, like the meat from the back of the creature near the wings. These muscles are very, if they're prepared correctly, they are very juicy and very tasteful.
The heart is having too much of the spices?
Yes, of course. I mean, that's how I prefer it.
Does that be meaning that the manticore had heartburn?
One could say that. You've never tasted manticore before, Reg?
I'm very small and it is very big, so I have not yet had the manticore.
Mm. It's never too late. It will open your mind to a new world of delicacies. I can tell you that.
I'm looking forward to it as much as I was looking forward to having cake.
Yeah, yes, cake as a dessert. Yes. Although I don't see how those two can, if they are actually that good of a combination. But well, we'll see. We'll see. Tell me, Reg, what does kobolds? Do they have a traditional dish, something that you don't see too much around the other species that you you live with?
Well, it is a little difficult to say because the traditional dishes is whatever is in front of you.
Ah,
And sometimes that is meaning food that the humans would say is spoiled. But fermented eggs and entrails and um, sometimes grain with like little bugs in it that have been eating the grain is pretty typical. So you can maybe be understanding that things like cake and manticore meat are very different from what I'm used to. That is,
that's a little. Uh, that's a little sad, Reg. Most of what you mentioned, it's not proper for eating. It's not ideal. He looks at the others as a way of, can someone help me? Is this normal? Shall I do this? Uh,
What? Fortunately, kobolds have very small stomachs, so we do not have to have a whole bunch of it to be able to have a good meal. And Wretch gives like a big smile, like, it's all good. This is how life is.
yeah. The Cash and Tyonia, do you say something to this? He looks at both of you. Balkan looks at both of you as a way of searching for the is as someone who asks, "Is this normal? If, do you agree with this or?" With what he's eating?
Fiona just like, um, I don't agree with it. I don't think that it sounds like a delicacy I would want to try. But if that's what his people eat, that's what they eat, I guess. I don't know. I was kind of raised um, in a more of a noble family.
So you must, for sure, have tasted Manticore before, don't you?
Probably. I didn't really get told what food I was getting brought to me most days, but it wasn't spoiled or moldy, so
At least that. And what about you? What do the elves think of it?
To be honest, most of it would be disgusted by that thought. But they're a little. They have way too many high standards in their living and such, and I am not like them. But I'm sure Wretch had to eat what he had to eat to be able to survive and be here with us. So anything that he could eat, he would eat. So I see no qualms with that.
Well, this is a very this this is a moment to observe and to absorb knowledge, right? To share our experiences with one another, see what everyone has to say about their own culture, their own personal stories. I think this is amusing. I don't know about you, but this has been a very enlightful moment for me.
What is it that they be eating on their islands?
Oh, uh, if well, I wouldn't recommend that you ever go down to the Iron Shell Islands, especially nowadays. But I heard there are some good restaurants in Turvin that prepare some of our most particular dishes, like mountain lizard. For some people, it can even be if prepared incorrectly, it can even kill you because of the amount of poison that mountain lizards have. But for us who get used to it, uh, the poison itself, it's what brings the it's what it's the special spice on top of it, you know. But as I said, it's it's not a good moment, a good time in our history. The Iron Shell Islands are in the brink of change. I don't know if what will come in the next few years is good or bad. But our very foundations are being tested.
How are the foundations being tested?
It's I don't know if it's it probably is too boring for you to hear about it. Just an old man rambling about the politics of his realm. Yeah, forget it that I said anything.
Well, um, maybe the comforting thing is that sometimes change it can be good. Because yesterday I had cake for the first time and it was delicious.
No,
Is any of the meat from the manticore or any part of it being prepared at the moment, or is like to be eaten? Is he cooking any of it, or is he
no, he's not cooking.
saving all of it?
Yeah, he's preparing to for it to be transported correctly to the city, for it not to spoil on the way or have any or to attract any flies or anything, because it's already skinned, right? But he he will bring it to the kitchen to the to the castle for to start cooking. Anything else that you want to do before, or do you wish to uh, pressure on the subject of the politics of the Iron Shell Island, or are you satisfied with his answer?
I will just like sit there and kind of close my eyes and let them continue their talk, and I will not interfere if that's what they wish to do.
I think Tiona would probably tell Wretch about um, a cultural dish from a cultural halfling dish that she grew up on, and tell him like you really if we have the ingredients, I'll make it for you. It's really good. You should try it. It's kind of this lentil curry chicken dish.
Ooh. And the lentils are not spoiled. They're not with the fungus.
No, no, they are fresh.
Fresh. Oh, that sounds wonderful.
They can be very spicy, depending on who makes it.
Oh, fortunately, I am a part of the draconian line, and at one point, my ancestors breathed fire, so I think I can handle the spices.
Okay, I'll make it for you sometime.
Yay! Something to look forward to.
Well, it's been a pleasure talking to you. We will continue this conversation tomorrow. Shall we? I mean, if you wish to go on, be my guest, but the hour is running a little bit late for me. And he turns around and goes to sleep.
Okay. Do we need to set up watches?
I think so. It is very dangerous is out here. There's no walls or roof or comfortable bed.
True. I was more concerned with something attacking us in the night.
Yes, because we do not have the walls, roof, or the comfortable bed. But go ahead and sleep. I will stay up for a while, and then I wake you up to take a look while I sleep.
It's good.
I will lean over to Reginus. Just wake me up in a couple of hours. Make it 4 or 5 hours, and I'll take over. Let the rest of them sleep.
Okay, that is a good idea. And with that, Wretch will begin his vigil.
Okay. So Wretch is the first one. Wretch, roll a d6, please.
Six.
Okay. You spend the first few hours making sure that everything is calm, that the woods are quiet. It probably is because of how close this part of the woods is to the city. Uh, Probably the hunters and the garden, because of there's so much movement around these parts, that that the local wildlife uh, doesn't seem to be too aggressive. The most aggressive creatures probably have found other places to inhabit, and the the most noise and the most that you see are birds and other small animals. As far as your watch goes, the night is calm and your companions are all sleeping unbothered. Your time ends and you're going to wake up Cash. Is that right? Or not wake up because
Mhm.
he he trances, right? But
Mm-hmm. Guys, it's your turn. I am not able to keep my eyes open anymore.
It's okay, little one. Go curl up next to Tiana. She'll keep you warm.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Cash. And he'll do exactly that.
Okay. Cash. You can roll 2d6 for us.
2d6, you said?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, one is a 6 and the other one is a 3. Okay. What is your passive perception again, Cash?
15.
Okay. With a 15, it's very late. It's still just a few hours in the last hour before dawn, when you hear some noises. It's almost time for you to wake up your companions, but there are whispers in the woods. You notice that they seem to to be there seems that some creatures, probably humanoids, are communicating by simulating the sounds that the birds and other beasts make, but it's clear that it's not exactly the same. They are trying to communicate by a way of using those as codes, for example. It seems to you that there are humanoids very close to you. You would say some 60 feet away from where you are.
Are they within 60 feet? Or are they just out of 60 feet?
Yeah, no, you can see or you just hear with not not very clear, but you would guess that it's between 60 to maybe 90 feet. Uh, the range of where the sound is coming from.
Okay. Is it coming from the north or from the south? Because there's like there's we're kind of like in a little cove, right?
Yeah.
So there's a little road that goes up to the north and a little path that goes to the south. So is it which one? Is it coming from which path, or is it coming from the cliffside?
From the cliff. Exactly that. From the in this case from the west side.
I'm gonna get up and stroll and scratch my butt, look like I'm gonna go to the bathroom, type of thing. Like, and I'm gonna go over to get closer to the cliffside, so walking towards the cliff to go to the bushes. As I walk, I will accidentally trip over Wretch, accidentally, quote unquote, and I will fall, and I will say, and I'll whisper to Wretch, keep an eye. People are here. Quiet. And as I try to get up, and I'm gonna start walking. I'll get to there and stretch. Do one of the long stretches, but keep looking up to the to the cliffside? Is there anything I can perceive or see from there, from where I'm at?
Mm-hmm. Uh, Not with a 15 passive, but you can roll a skill check, a perception check.
As he wanders, I'd like to use my tail to tap Tiana to see if I can wake her up. Like, careful, danger.
Yeah, she's not easy to wake up, but as soon as she hears that, she's kind of like, okay, I'm awake.
I guess you don't see it from D&D Beyond, but I rolled a 12 and beyond, so
Okay. Yeah. You keep hearing uh, very careful footsteps. It seems that there are creatures deliberately trying to be sneaky, and they are somewhere in the cliffside on top of it, but you cannot see the movement. They are hidden from sight. You can only hear them, but still you cannot hear a voice. You cannot hear any spoken language. Just small footsteps of or the sound of people crouching, people walking, trying to traverse it silently, or the sounds of uh, they try to emulate the sound of birds and what other animals, but not speech, not words. Okay.
okay. I'm gonna turn around and put my back against the cliff, and can I try to mimic one of those whistles?
Mm-hmm. You can.
Would like to try to do that. What would that be? Performance, I guess.
Yeah, that's.
Deception, or what would I be using?
I think performance or deception. Yeah, those are the two.
Well, they're both pretty bad, but yeah.
Yeah, it's not working out too well. You do, and then suddenly everything you were hearing so far stops. Complete silence. Ah, also, Cash, I see that your token is not with the full HP. You can go ahead and click on long rest on your character sheet, so all your
Okay.
resources.
I want to make sure that it had gone to the full rest for the moment.
Right. The same goes for the others if you have any uh, resources that are not. Okay, the sound suddenly stops when you try to mimic it.
I'm gonna shift my movement now, and I'm gonna uh, can I take another 10 feet movement?
Mm-hmm. You're not with.
I want to be in front. So if something comes towards Balkan, I'm in front of it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You wait for a minute and two, and still nothing happens.
Oh. And I'll just yell out, "Fine, fine, fine. You caught me. Well, more like I caught you, and then you caught me trying to catch you. So why don't we just stop playing games and come on out?" And I'm yelling it so everybody can hear me.
Okay. So, Wretch, Tyonia, are you guys awake?
Taya's
Mhm.
awake, but she's pretending to be asleep.
Hearing Cash yell, Resh will go ahead and stand up.
And I'll be facing towards the cliff.
It takes a few seconds, a few moments, but then a human appears. Better saying a humanoid, because it's still a little bit dark. So you just see the silhouette and you hear the voice. So it's a medium-sized creature. It looks like a more of a tall person, and by the sound of the voice, probably a man. So he appears. Let me see if you can. Yeah, you can just see the edge of his uh, character. So yeah, okay. So uh, it it brings a little bit of suspense. So it he will. I'll not show the full character artwork for now. So he stands up at the edge of the cliff, and he shouts back at Cash. Well, very clever from you. So, if you want to go on with your miserable life, just surrender any gold, any weapon that you have. We will take it, and then you can go back to your farm or whatever it is that you do.
How far is this cliff?
It's a it's very tall. It's like you would calculate like 40 or 50 feet tall. Five or six or 4 or 5 d6 of fall damage if one is to fall down from there.
Okay. I will grab my pouch and I'll just toss it right in front of me. It's like, okay, here, you can have it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll lift my shirt up and do a circle and go, I carry no weapons. So that's all of what I have, and I'll just point to the bag. You can come and get it. And I'll take a step back.
When you take that step back, you see that Balkan is still snoring, fast asleep, and the individual from the top of the cliff, he jumps from there. He jumps down, and you can see that he has a rope tied to something, and he just holds the rope with one of his arms, and it's enough to that he lands on the ground unscathed. He walks near you. You can see a little bit more of him. He looks like a someone on his late 30s, early 40s, but he looks like a veteran. He has scars. He has a face of someone who has seen battle before. And he dresses more like this sneaky type. He has black leather armor. He carries short blades with him. He does have a shield on his back, though. And he walks up to you, looking you face to face, and he goes for the pouch of gold coins.
Oh, it's behind him now. It's on the ground.
Okay.
I threw it on the ground behind, right there. Yeah, that would be the place I would throw it, and it's right there.
Uh-huh. Oh, the
It's
fat
19 gold pieces. So,
now the fat dwarfs and the other two as well.
oh well, you're gonna have to talk to them about that. I gave you what I had because you asked me to give you what I had, and I did. That's up to them.
I want no funny business. Grab what they have and throw it to me. or else, and he uses his thumb across his neck as a way of saying that he will slice your throat if you don't agree to what he's asking.
Am I able to recall how many different whistlers or whistle sounds they were? Because they all would have had a different tone, I'm guessing.
Good.
I want to be able to figure out how many they are
Yeah,
with that aspect.
with a 15 passive perception, you clearly recognize that there are at least three distinct sounds.
As I do that, and I goes, well, you're gonna have to ask them. And as I turn around, I'm gonna put, instead of extending my hand out like all 5 fingers, I'm only gonna put 3 out and go to them, and I will show 3 fingers exactly. But I'm gonna block it so he doesn't see it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So you're gonna have to ask them about it,
Uh,
and I'll whip my hand a little.
for Wretch and Tyonia, are you two clearly awake? So, like, are you standing up or with your eyes
Yeah,
open?
at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. The NPC sees that you are awake, and he turns his gaze to you. No funny business. Your gold, your weapons now.
But I worked harder to get this gold. It is not yours to take.
Oh, actually, it is. Did you know that? I'm just collecting what it's entitled to us. You have to pay to hunt in these grounds. This is our ground. Our woods. So
Wretch, it's a tax. Just think of it as that.
If it were
They're
a
taxing
tax, it
us.
wouldn't be all of our weapons and all of our gold.
Eh, they're greedy. It's just their way.
Well, if he wants it, then he can come and take it.
I guess those are fighting words, don't you think, sir? And I'll look back at him.
yeah, this is the wrong choice. He uh he brings out a blade from and a shield from his. Okay,
Good.
so he's rolling his initiative. I'm putting everyone on turn order.
Wretch.
What a time to get a nat 20.
Yeah.
Ionia and I are very much opposites.
Yeah, his name is player character, as you can see. He has no other name. And his buddies are player character as well.
I have heard it of the player character bandits. They are mm, a little bit famous.
Yeah, one of them has a +2, the other +1. So doesn't change anything, and this one as well. Just update combatant. Okay. Tionia. He is clearly going to attack you. You have the upper hand, but you know that if you do not act now, either Cash or Balkan is going to be targeted by his attacks. What do you do?
T-Hawk first. Um, as a bonus action, I'm going to, well, first I'm going to take my movement and as a bonus action, hide. Ooh, not that far away. Come on. Okay, here we go. Kind of hide off into that area, and then as my action, I'm going to do, like, she just holds out her hand and a blade appears in her hand and she's gonna throw it at him. So psychic blade.
Ooh, you can do that now?
I can. That's cool. As soon as I figure out where that is. Psychic blade. Okay. I don't think that rolled it. Did it? No. It just put the psychic blade in here. Okay, so I need to roll that plus 5. So 15 to hit.
15. So let me double check. His AC is not too bad. So it's because yeah, but with a 15 it still hits.
So damage is going to be 8 plus sneak attack, which is 2d6. So 11 damage.
Ooh, shit. Okay. Uh, okay. 11 points of damage. He's already bloodied.
And then she's gonna, cause she attacked, so she's no longer hidden. She would basically just be like, "Do you really want to do this?"
How does your psychic blade works? It keeps stuck on him, or it's just something made with magical energy that disappears after he hits?
Manifest the shimmering blades of psychic energy when you take attack or traits. It's always been my understanding that it just dissipates after it hits, but that's really up to you as the DM.
No, it's up to you as it's more flavor, so it's up to you really. And then we.
Sorry.
It actually says here the blade vanishes immediately after it hits or it misses the target. It leaves
Oh,
no
okay.
mark if it deals damage.
Oh, okay. So you throw something at him. He tries to defend with his shield, but uh, it pierces him mentally. Nonetheless, he he seems like he's having a headache. He goes with his hand to his head and like, "Ugh, damn you!" But he still standing, at least for now. Cash, what do you do?
I will activate elemental attunement on me. So basically, I'm gonna do the Henry Cavill double pump fist thing. And I'm like, you
Nice.
wanted this, and I'm gonna punch him from where I'm at because my reach is now 15, and I will. Actually, I won't. I won't actually. I will actually grapple him. I will try to attempt to grapple him.
Okay.
So I will reach and with a shimmering light of like lightning will wrap around him and I will just pull him to me. So I have to actually roll an attack to hit first.
Okay.
Sorry, I can't find the attack button here.
You're attacking with an unarmed attack, right? So it's
Yeah.
unarmed
Oh, it's a martial
strike
arts.
on inventory.
Oh, there it is. Yes. Well, actually hit him, and I
Yeah.
will pull him. And then there's a DC of DC 14 to not be grappled by me. So I forgo the damage to grapple.
Okay. DC 14, strength or dex?
It's your choice. Strength or check. That's check. Check.
I'll go strength. Just trying to see if I have anything. Okay, 14. Exactly what I needed.
And then I will use my bonus action to redo the try to grapple him again. Guessing I miss.
That misses, yes. You try to hug him once. He managed to let go of you. The second time he dodges. And he says, "There's no turning back now." He he turns his head back for a second, and he whistles, and an arrow is thrown out of from the darkness. Let me make the mystery here by, let me see if it shows as what. Okay, yeah. Oh, in the text it says the scout, so yeah, okay. Oof. Cash, the first one hit, an arrow hits you for 17. Do you have anything that to add to your
I will
AC?
actually no, but I will actually do use a reaction.
Mm-hmm. Try to catch the arrow midair.
I'm gonna do a deflect attack.
Mm-hmm. How does that work in the new rules?
It's a 1d10 plus my plus 7.
Dexterity.
If I reduce it to 0,
Mm-hmm.
I reduce it by that much damage. And if it's 0, I can turn it into with expending a focus point. I can redirect that attack to something within, I think, either to 60 up to 60 feet away from me.
Mm-hmm. So he makes a dex save or take damage equal to 2 rolls of your martial die plus your dexterity modifier. Ooh.
So I stopped 17 damage, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you said the total damage that he produces is 8, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I will spend the luck point and redirect it, and I will put it right into the guy in front of me.
Ooh, okay. So he has to make the save then.
Yeah.
For 13 damage. You redirect the arrow, and it's that 13 damage is enough to finish him off or to beat him unconscious. What do you want to do? How do you
Instead
describe?
of actually beating him up,
Mhm.
what I want to do is, as you shoot the arrow, I want to kind of like grab him and push him into it, and I'm going, oh darn, look, you missed.
Okay.
And I'll be
Thir-
like, okay.
but how do you want to? So you're not going to hit the one next to you, or the other one?
No. It's gonna be. I'm gonna. Okay. What I'm gonna do is the damage. I'm gonna redirect the damage, but the way I'm gonna do it, instead of actually me grabbing the arrow and putting it into him, I'm just
Mm-hmm.
gonna grab him and shove him in the direction in the arrow's path, and it's gonna hit him instead. So
Okay.
that's how I'm gonna deflect the damage out.
Okay.
So and then I will yell, "Oh look, you missed!"
Ah. And he goes to the ground. It's not a fatal hit, but he is unconscious. So you do if that's what you want to do. But as shown before, the archer has a second attack. So let's roll the second one. Ah, and this one has to miss, right? Okay. This guy is down. The other one does the same rappel as his friend. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one is a dwarf. And yeah, he should have stayed behind. Yeah, He will keep aiming at you, Cash. This time he will shoot you with a heavy crossbow. Also miss. Yeah, you're untouchable, Cash. How do you feel?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm all moving and dodging and just squirreling around, trying to make sure that Balkan doesn't get hit.
Wretch. Your friend
Uh,
Cash is being targeted, but he either dodges, puts others in front of the arrows, or does something else, but he doesn't get hit. What do you do?
quick questions. Can I see the archer up on the cliff?
Do you have dark vision? I
I do.
believe so. Okay, so you can see him. Let me. Yeah. Okay.
And the other question is the cliff like is it pretty stable or does it like look a little like does it have a little shale like qualities to it?
It looks stable.
Okay. All right. Let's do that movements. 15, 20, 25. Sure, the 30. Okay. I am going to do the casting of the spells now, which is going to be Shillelagh as I run up. Item there. Yes. And then am going to target the dwarf and do the casting of Booming Blade. Oh, that didn't attack.
Yeah,
Let us try
it's
this
only
then.
damage.
Not a problem. Say 14 hit.
Okay. Let me double check what his AC is. No, not hit points. Okay, so 14 hits.
All right. So he takes 5 points of damage and he's surrounded by booming energy.
If he moves, he takes addition. Oh,
D8.
okay. 5 points of damage. Right. I have to correct this here. Okay, here's his health bar. 5 points of damage. Done. Anything else on your turn, Rich?
Checking something out real quick. Nope, that is it. In turn.
Okay, Tyonia, back to you.
Okay. Gonna use
As
my
a
movement.
quick question before Tyona goes is have you made enough of a ruckus that Balkan is awake or is he sleeping through this?
He is still sleeping.
Nice.
Gonna use my movement. Move like right over here. Gonna use my bonus action to hide. And then psychic blade attack against the dwarf. Which is only a 13.
A 13 will hit as well.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So then it's 1d6 plus 3 for the psychic blade. And then 2d6. for sneak attack. So that's a total of 13 damage.
Nice.
Ooh. Okay. He's bloodied too. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
And Cash. What do you do?
Okay. Where is there's a rope right on the cliffside?
Yes.
Where can you mark it on the cliffside where it's at?
Mm-hmm. Let
Please?
me draw a very. Okay. Okay. Fuck it. What? Where is the okay freehand? Here. Something like this.
Is it going straight down from there?
Yeah.
Cross.
Straight down.
You said the cliffside's about 40 feet, right?
Yes. Correct.
Okay, I'm gonna dash. It's 5, 10, 15 to there. $30 to there, and then I'm gonna climb up that rope. So
Okay.
that's half, right?
You can make a successful athletics check, and you
Can
can.
I use acrobatics?
No, it's athletics only. It's DC 13. If you succeed, you go up the cliff in just two, spending just 2 squares of movement. Yeah.
The 9,
So
sorry, 8.
you will take 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3 to get on the circle.
And that will be 80. Sorry, at 25 feet. So I have a dash. It's a total of 80 because I have 40 movement, 40 feet movement. So dash is a total of 80.
Mm-hmm.
So then I use how much I used to get up to here.
Uh, it's 3 squares, so you have to use 6. So it's 15 feet. You have to use 30.
This is 55, then, right?
Yeah.
It says I collide to a wall, so I cannot get up there.
Okay. Let me. Yeah, because I have a. Let's see if you. Let me know if you can
I
walk
wanna,
in this area. Oh, let me just remove the wall here.
and I'm just gonna just keep going up to him.
Okay.
And as a bonus action, I'm gonna kick him.
Okay. You're going to push him, right?
I don't know if I can push him, but I guess as it because it's a bonus action is a. Oh wait, can I do an attack? Bonus action says that I can do a punch as an unarmed strike.
Mm-hmm.
that be considered a okay? As a bonus action, could push? I don't think so. Can I?
Yeah, if it doesn't say anything, then you can't.
No, unarmed strike. When you make a melee attack that involves using your body to deal damage, one of the following effects: damage, grapple, or shove. So I'll shove.
Perfect.
I have to hit first. It's a bonus action. 13 AC.
Let me see because he has a better AC than the others, I believe. Yeah, as a 13 is just what you need to hit.
Then now he needs to make a DC save again for 14, and he can choose
Uh,
strength or dex.
Dex, okay. Let's go. My NPC. Real good. Ah, fuck. Yeah, you push him, he falls. So it's 4d6 of fall damage.
The way I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do a sweeping leg kick and have him
Hmm.
lose his balance and watch him just fall to the ground.
Yeah.
Nice.
He falls, and the next turn is his. He doesn't seem to get up. Back again. Yeah. We only have the dwarf still alive. He looks at that and he says, I'll end all of your miserable lives, even if it's the last thing I'll do. Starting by you, lizard man. And with his mace, he drops the heavy crossbow on the ground. He draws his mace, and he attacks Wretch. Ooh, nat 20. He's really angry. Eight points on Wretch.
All right.
Wretch, it's
And
your
as
turn.
a reaction,
Okay.
hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
It's a reaction. Wretch will cry out, "Ow!" so loud that where did it go? Ah, there it is. That he will do Wrath of Storms. He has to make. Oh, there it is. Dexterity saving throw, or take 2d6 damage, or half on a save.
Dexterity. Ooh, fail.
So he takes 13.
13? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He's still up.
Okay. All right. Dredge is going to swing away with a shillelagh staff. Whack.
Ooh. Okay. Do you want to attack lethally, or do you want to go just knocking him down unconscious?
Wretch will hit him on the forehead to knock him out.
You're just going to bonk him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The combat is ended. Another sweep, another victory. And you may all act outside of initiative order.
Oh, hey, Wretch, checked on the other one. Think he might be dead, but I'm not sure.
Okay. Okay. I will
What
check
next
it.
do you-
The actually, as Wretch goes, he's going to pick up the heavy crossbow and then go and check on the archer.
No, the other one.
Oh, I thought you meant this one over here. But it's too late. I've already come over here. Is this one still alive, or is this one dead?
Okay. Uh, The three of them are. Uh, the dwarf is the one that's most likely to survive. The other two are on the brink of dying. If they don't receive uh, maybe a successful medicine check uh, or a healing spell, they will most likely die within a minute.
Reg will cast Goodberry and feed each one of them a Goodberry to heal them for a hit point to keep them from dying, he supposes.
But they have to eat the good berry. How will they eat without while unconscious?
Can I put it in their mouth and then stroke their neck and then make them swallow the Goodberry?
That is something you only see in D&D, right?
Do I need to wrap it in cheese so that they swallow it good and don't spit it out?
Okay.
Dogs they are.
Okay. You managed to heal him just enough that they will survive for a little while longer. The day finally dawns, and with that, Balkan. Who's ready to be back on the road? Who are these guys?
They're all tied up. We're gonna tie them up, right? And we'll tell, hey, there are guests. They're gonna be taking them to the guards. They want to meet the guards in town and say hello.
Well, okay, if you want to take them with us, I don't mind it. Well, shall we get going then?
Is there anything up here? Is this an actual camp or there? Is it just?
As far as you can tell, yes, there's a camp. Let me remove the walls again. There are many walls. Let me see what Cash is seeing. Yeah, Cash, you can see that someone, and it even looks like a larger group than just these three. Uh, there was a very recent camp that was put up here, and but there's no one else that to be seen.
Is there anything of value in that area? All this stuff?
Nothing that caught your eyes. You see mostly spears and short blades. They don't look like they are uh, noticeably better quality than what you have. But if you want some more weapons and basic weapons and armors to sell,
Yeah, I'm gonna take as much of these weapons and throw them down. I don't want whoever comes back to have all of this weaponry just sitting around for them. Trying to make the roads safer that way. I'm guessing there's more bandits, so. Hey, Tiona, here, catch. There's some stuff up here I want to take with me. I'll start
Okay.
throwing stuff, whatever I find up there. Just put it in the cart.
Okay.
So I want to take all the weapons. So all the spears, swords, bows, arrows, everything, the weapon
okay.
wise. So I don't want to leave any weapons here for them to have. Is that an actual spyglass there, or is it just, you know,
No, it's
part of the
nothing.
map?
Yeah, no. Yeah, it's not a spyglass.
I was gonna say, damn, that's a lot of money there.
It's 1,000 gold, right?
I believe so. First spyglass. It's like, hey, jackpot. Um, yeah, and that's about it. Oh, and I also want to write a note since there's paper there, and let's say thank you for your patronage, and I'll just leave that up there.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to do? You other than probably tying up the guys to the cart next to the manticore uh, to the dead manticore, or and then going back to the city, or is there anything else you want to do before that?
Oh, they're gonna get tied, gagged, and not in the cart. They're gonna be walking, so we're gonna do a little daisy chain with the rope that they have.
Okay, you're going to wait for them to wake up because they are all, even with the healing, they are still unconscious.
Oh, they're unconscious.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess if they're unconscious, we'll throw them in a cart then.
I do actually though want to confiscate the heavy crossbow from the dwarf and
Mm-hmm.
any bolts that he has.
Yeah, the heavy crossbow is a very good weapon. Heavy crossbow plus 10 crossbow bolts,
Outstanding.
all in good quality. Not too fancy, but it it does what it has to do.
Serviceable.
Yeah.
That's great.
Okay. So if you're going to go back to the castle, to the city, let's take a quick break, shall we? And once we are back, let's see what happens next.
most insightful knowledge concerning this meal.
Well, you're welcome. If you have the acquired taste for the dwarven cuisines, you should definitely taste it. I know I will, but I'm a dwarf, after all. Okay, so until
That's
next
it.
time.
And Noble just walk away from him after he says that.
Hmm. What to do with the? What are you going to do with that information?
I will go back to the group and I'll start um, with Reg. Um, Reg, you seem to be able to do some magics. Is that
Hmm.
correct?
Yes, I am able to tap into the ancestor spirits and produce um, miracles.
Hmm.
Cash feeling not so good?
I'm wondering if anyone were to get sick or poisoned, would you be able to help them out?
Oh yes, yes. Um, the thunder worm will remove certain ailments, yes. And I he will make it the poison seep out of the pores, and he can make it the people who are not able to move be able to move again, and certain things like that. Yes.
Okay, good to know. Make sure you have something of that prepared for possible use in the evening of the Manticore's meal.
Of course. The thunderworm says to protect life. So I am having the proper um, prayers prepared.
Good. I will pass the word about, what the, I guess the dwarf had told me about the possibility and the chances of such things happening.
Okay, you spread the word. Mm, yes. So, Tyonia,
Yes.
you see that your companions are busy and preoccupied with that. Do you want to add anything to the matter, to the discussion?
Mm, no. I I was thinking I could, but there was, yeah, no, no. Sorry. Payona would not add anything to that discussion. She just she's more concerned with um the threat against them of being told they had to stay in the palace and wondering if the guys who attacked them were hired by Lord
Sirith.
Seraph. Thank you.
in most of my other games, we usually have an inside joke about mostly the names, either the names of the places or from characters, right? I believe this is going to be our our inside joke about Lord Sirith, who has a difficult name to remember.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
Ionia,
Yes.
when you chased it off the thief, you said that you were having the contacts with the courage, I think. Do you know of someone who has fire for hair?
I wouldn't, would I, DM?
You you don't know too much about this city in particular, right?
Right.
So
Because I'm not from here.
yeah,
So.
it's roll intelligence, and let's use it as your your contact list, your knowledge of who's operating in the city.
Intelligence.
Okay. Yeah, you've probably heard of an agent of the court who's a fire genasi, who, but you don't recognize him by that specific name. Uh, instead of he goes by a much more normal, quote unquote, name, a much more human name. You would say, better saying. He goes by, as far as you're aware, he goes by Harley.
Okay.
Did you say
Um.
Harvey? H A
Harley.
R Harley. Okay, so
I always write down the names because most of them are different sounding, so I like to always write that down. But that's something that's normal as far as you're aware, uh, because Tyonia, because it's a thief's guild, so it's
Mhm.
normal for them to change their name, uh, depending on who they're talking to difficult to make it difficult for them to be found, and etc. Okay. So it's not unusual for a thief, a member of the guild, to have to go by different names.
She would convey this to Wretch and just be like, I don't know if they're the same person or not, um, but it is a lead we could chase down.
That is good to know. Perhaps in chasing down Harley would be better than chasing down Elioth because Elioth is the sneaky underground name, but Harley could just be a person and therefore does not maybe tip off that we are knowing something about them.
That's very true. Um, we just don't want to let on that we are looking for um not Harley but the other name.
Elios, the sneaky name is
Aeos.
Elios.
Aeos. Um, thank you. um, she's like, but we could definitely go track down Harley and see what they know, if anything.
Or I will bite them.
This is our modus operandi now. You have to cooperate if you don't want our kobold to bite you. Haha. Okay. It seems that you still have free access to come and go from the castle. But when you walk on the halls, one of the servants that addressed you last night, the night of the feast, he finds you again and he lets you all know that the king has invited you for tonight's feast. So be sure to to appear in your best presence and appearance.
Does this mean we are needing new clothes?
He
I
looks
think
up.
clothes that we've got will work.
Yeah, he looks up and down, makes that expression like maybe not a bad idea, but overall, no, those will suffice.
Could you indulge me with the menu of tonight's meal?
I don't
If
have
you
it
know it?
at hand, but I can I can see to find it for you.
But is there going to be cake?
I don't know about the dessert either. I will inform myself and then I'll let you all aware of what's the prince's choice. It is still daytime, but you know that if you want to be there for the feast, you have to hurry. It's not a large window of opportunity here that you are working with. So, what to do?
Well, um, if no one else has a suggestion, I was thinking that maybe, um, since we know where the secret entrance to the castle is, then from the sewers, perhaps we could look for it on this side, but still be able to go in time for the cake. Or we
That
could do
sounds
something else.
reasonable. Sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I was not sure if I had made it a good suggestion or if that was the bad suggestion.
No. It's a good suggestion. Um, mm,
I I am not sure as to what you're speaking of, Reg.
When we founded the Princess Ring and became it the big favorite heroes of people's. We found it in the sewer, and there was the ladder that went up, and we think went into the castle.
But you never went up that ladder, so you're trying to figure out if that ladder is somewhere in here.
I thought it was something that we could do while we're still here and not have to waste, not have to risk not getting back in time to have cake.
Sure. That sounds interesting. Unless Tionia has anything to suggest.
No? Sounds fine by me.
Or is there something else that Theone wants to do or that Cash wants it to do?
No, not me.
Okie dokie. So, you go out in the cities. The city is the largest metropolis in the known world. You have a very
Actually,
specific.
hold on,
Oh, okay.
because I was thinking that we could actually search for it in the castle, since we don't have like a lot of time, that we could look kind of like if we know approximately where it was in the sewers, we could see if we could maybe like figure out where it is in the castle. So that way we're still in the castle and are ready to get easy to get ready and to the banquet, but still can do something kind of useful.
I see. I see. Okay. Yes, it's you know that you probably won't find him in the castle, but uh, it's free to try. So if you want to do that,
And and I'm sorry. I think I want to make sure I'm being clear. I'm just talking about like the entrance from like the secret entrance to the sewer from this castle to the sewer and vice
Mhm.
versa.
Okay, the secret
That
entrance.
see we can find out where that is.
Okay. You're going to ask about it to anyone, or you're just going to try to search alone, just amongst yourselves, see if you find it. What is your the main course of action?
I'm thinking that if we ask it for a secret entrance, people will be like, "Why do you need to know about this secret entrance?" And we very not much wanting to tell us about it. So maybe it makes more sense if we know approximately where it is to try and find that area and see if we are clever enough to find it, or maybe if there are teeth markings that Ionia might recognize, or perhaps in things like that.
Okay, so the search begins. Please make me either investigation or yeah, investigation is the main skill here at play.
Okay.
But if
I
you
the
have
one
a
making this, or
but you have if
was
you have
that?
any good point to be made of using a different skill, I can always be convinced.
Okay. Well, I have a +5 to investigation. What's your investigation, Wretch?
It is not +5, but Reg can give you guidance as you check.
Okay. I don't think I need that guidance. I got a nat 20 for a
Crits,
25.
crits don't count on
Okay,
checks,
so I'll
so
roll the guidance.
yeah, we can get up to 29.
26.
Okay. You still remember much of what you explored in this castle the last time you were here. It makes it much easier to find your secret entrance or your secret passages. You take a good look around, and it seems that this castle isn't the safest, although it's supposedly the most important. For anyone with the amount of knowledge that you now have as you are studying this place in and out, it seems to you that it's a very unsafe place, as far as you're aware. You keep looking, and it's very clear uh, that you are very close to find what you're looking for. You look around and you see the 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 the, um, the place opening up as almost like a as a book for you, as you try to find its secrets, and a hidden entrance that leads into the sewers. You just don't see uh, how close it is to the. It's on the most outer part of the castle, the part where it's mostly servants going around and guards. It's not close to the royal coffers or to the prince's chamber, anything that you would think that the ring was being kept. So that's the one thing that it it caught your attention. But it's a very easy way in and out of the castle you, that you have discovered. Do you want to go in the sewers, or just want to find it, and just so you know where is at?
Is this located like on the outer wall? Is it in a room? Is it in a
Yeah,
basement?
it's
Like
it's in
what
an
is?
it's on an open area, within the walls, but not a very um, not a place that there's too much movement. And uh, the as I said, the servants that go around this part, it's mostly servants that go around these parts. Not You don't see too many. It's not on en route to any uh, nobles and anyone that could want to go around here, if that makes sense for you.
So at night, when the servants are doing their sleep, that there are not a lot of people here because it is not a place that is well guarded, and therefore it is something could access pretty easy with no one looking.
There is guards around here. They're just not here at all times. So there are,
Mm.
as far as you're aware, there are blind spots in their their routes.
So is this a trapdoor on the ground or is it against a wall? How is it the
Hmm.
this entrance
It's
located?
it's 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 in the it's kind of like a trapdoor on the ground. It's on the ground, but it's not something that's easily open uh, without any tools. But you can see how a skilled thief could open it, and close it without uh, drawing too much alarm.
Does it look like it's been used recently?
Yes. Now that you are know that what you're looking after, you would say so. Possibly someone who doesn't know this purpose would not notice it.
How much time is there left between now and the banquet?
It's it's in a
After
few.
our searching and stuff like that, so
Hmm.
I'm guessing we wasted time searching.
Yeah, you wasted. It's within an hour or two, but you're you have your fancy clothing, but you still have to bathe yourselves. You still have some preparations to do if you want to be on the patterns that the nobility needs you to be.
Wait, I have to bathe myself in order to house the cake? This is a sacrifice.
So it seems.
We should get ready for the banquet and come back and investigate this afterwards.
Okay.
Fine, but I'm not using anything fancy to smell good.
I'll whisper to Tiona's ear. We should spray him with that perfume you've got.
Definitely could. Um,
I guess we go back to our rooms and get ready.
Okay. You get ready. Uh, Tyonia, you still have the same perception that
mhm.
when you walk the halls that the guards are looking at you from afar as if they are waiting to for an order to capture you, or that the rumors are being spread around by Lord Sirith that you are somehow involved in the theft of the ring. Everything that he told you last night is still hammering in your head, and everything gives the
Mhm.
same impression. When you are walking, after you're done, when you are walking towards the the banquet hall once again, someone intercepts you, but not a guard, nor Lord Sirith, but uh, possibly a servant. But this one is an elven servant. She interrupts you while excusing herself, saying, "Can I have a minute of your time, brave adventurers?" And this is what she looks like. I have something to ask of you, if you have a minute to spare.
And Tyone, Tyona will pull her kind of into like a little alcove so that they're less conspicuous as they talk.
Sorry to interrupt you. I know we it's almost time for the feast, but I have a very important thing to ask. It's from the princess herself.
What do we do for the princess?
Well, she is still shy of all this, of such a grandiose palace and so many different folk and such a grandiose place. So I was thinking about what could better her humor for her to be more bright uh, for the guests of her wedding. And while talking to someone more knowledgeable of this realm, it came to my attention that there's an island northwest of Turvin called the Isle of Eves. And I'm told that there there are flowers that only grow in that island, and that those flowers are the most beautiful ever seen in our world. So again, sorry for asking that of you, but if you have the, as far as I'm aware, you are helping all the guests, aren't you, with your group? So I was thinking if you could do that for me and for the princess. I just want that to make her comfortable in her great moment. But I understand if that's too much to ask.
Tayana would be like, no, let me discuss it with the group and see what we decide, and we'll go from there.
You are too kind. Well, thanks in advance, and sorry for bothering you and your group. And then she waits for a few more moments, see if you're going to say anything else, but then she leaves.
Make sure that Cash and Wretch know of the conversation.
Were we there?
Uh, Only if Taiwania would uh, allow invite you to the conversation, but this the elf servant addressed only her.
Aeonia is relaying the message.
On the map or the world map, could you ping where we're at on it, please? So I would.
Mm-hmm. This, let me draw it. It's this on the red circle is the city of Turvin in the Bay of Turvin, and this is the Isle of Ivis, where she wants you to go.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Well, it seems we have been given a quest. How darn we're gonna have to miss the banquet tonight.
No, but that, how about that? Oh, but I needed the cake. I have developed the addiction.
Uh, we'll get you more cake later. How does that sound?
Are we are we at least going to get paid for going to get the flowers so I can have more cake?
I was
Maybe.
being, I don't know. Sorry. If Wretch, if you want to go to the banquet, and I'm scratching my head, like looking a little annoyed at the fact that I have to go to another banquet and wear those fancy clothes. Um, Wretch, if you really want to go, I guess we can. I mean, it's, it's up to you, Wretch. You decide.
How far away are the aisles? The aisle at Eve's.
Uh, it's by ship. It's like 2 days travel, and then 2 days to come back.
Okay, so we can have cake tonight, and then we can go on the. Do we have a boat?
We know someone who has a boat.
And you can still negotiate more with her if you want, because she kind of let it hang for, because you said Tyonia said that she wanted to see with the party first, but I mean you can go back and say, well, we need a ship, we need payments, we need this and that, and see what she can do for you.
Ione can be our manager, like Elliot is for the people that we kill, that we did not kill. Would will Ionia be our manager?
I can do that. Yes. I guess.
And, and get us a good compensation.
Okay.
Then we can eat cake.
I um. So if I'm understanding correctly, we're going to the ball tonight and then going to investigate.
Guessing that's what Rich's plan is. I told him that he could choose if we were to go to the banquet tonight or leave today.
Okay with that.
The scene at the ball, maybe it would be more inconspicuous for you to be talking to the princess's servant to negotiate the price.
Yeah. Sense.
Okay, then that's what we are going to do.
Sounds like a good plan.
Okay. Uh, but that's actually something you can decide during the week, because while you are talking, deciding what to do, if you have plenty of options. You can go to another night of feasting with the nobles of the realm, see if there's any other interesting asks that they have that only you can fulfill. You can investigate further if there is a plot against your life here in the castle, here in the city, to see if there's something you can do to get to the bottom of it. Or you can simply find a ship and go off seas and not negotiate to see if there's any hope of getting a good reward afterwards. But I believe this is a good time as any to end the session and let you guys breathe on all the options. See if there's a if you can cook up a plan afterwards. What do you say about it?
Sounds good.
Nice. Yeah. So thanks again for being in this adventure. Let's see if we can go to the bottom of all of this, see how it all plans out. And once again, thanks for your time, thanks for your enthusiasm. Hope to see you all next week, right?